deep diving on the subject of orcas since I started working on the Moby Doll book. We're doing a podcast called Skaana to again help raise awareness. And our current guest is Dr. Lori Marino, who kind of rocks, so check out Skaana. And now to introduce the film, I'm going to hand you to Granny's cinematographer. I directed the movie, but Rayne was really the granny whisperer, so I'm handing you over to Rayne to set this up.
Trade mics?
Sure.
So I just wanted to very briefly say a couple of words about Granny, because I had the opportunity to spend some time documenting her life and getting to know her and watching her with Onyx and watching her lead J-Pod. And she lived an amazing life. She truly did. She was an incredible person. And when she died, I was heartbroken. Because her body was never found, I have this mental image in my mind that she's in a retirement home somewhere with Ogo Pogo and the Loch Ness Monster, and they're like playing poker or hanging out. You know, that helps me. But I mean, the reality is that although we don't know, there is a good chance she died of starvation, not old age. Based on the information that we were given, the last photo of her was her looking very, very thin and giving her salmon to one of the young orcas, which is what a great leader does, right? They take care of the young and they support the new generation. And so for me, that has been one of the hardest parts, is to spend so much time getting to know someone and then to know that they died on your watch. You know, we're seeing these orcas die on our watch. One of the things that I wanted to mention while we were here is we're from BC in Victoria. We are doing a ton of work right now around the Kinder Morgan pipeline.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you. Thank you very much. I feel extremely passionately about this, as does Mark, and we were really drawn into it sideways when we discovered that the National Energy Board report said that if the pipeline went through, even if there wasn't an oil spill, it would cause significant adverse effects to the southern resident population. And that essentially the orca population cannot survive significant adverse effects. So regardless of anything else, as soon as that pipeline is built, I'm really terrified for what will happen with the southern residents. And I feel like this is an issue that we can do something about. There's a tremendous amount of activism happening in BC and in other places. We have governments, all the local governments, a number of our mayors and MPs and MPPs are opposed to the pipeline. Elizabeth May was actually arrested on the front lines of the protest. It's really easy to get to Burnaby Mountain if you're interested in coming out and speaking out for the orcas, but also one thing that's really helpful, we came really close to stopping the pipeline, and Kinder Morgan was going to pull out, and our Prime Minister decided that he would use taxpayer dollars to buy the pipeline. That's currently what we're dealing with. And so we had even elected a cooperative NDP Green government that was opposed to the pipeline and fighting it. We have a number of First Nations arguing in the court. We were seeing a tremendous amount of success. It was feeling this close. And then he decided, and the government federally decided to step in. And so my request from everyone is international pressure and national pressure on the federal government is critical to this issue. We need them to know that this is a terrible idea, not just from a carbon standpoint and a climate change standpoint with the tar sands, but because these orcas cannot survive this pipeline. And it has to be stopped. And so please, if you can take a moment to educate other people about this issue or learn about this issue if you don't know a lot about it, things are really heating up over the next few months. But this is an issue that has been ongoing for a number of years that we've been following in BC. And so just please be aware, and if you can, speak up about it.